Hi, I'm Blake.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're Blamey.
Yeah, guess so.
Jamie has no idea what we're doing here.
Again, he does this to me often, and I feel so on the spot, so I'm sorry if this doesn't go well.
That's right. So as we were recording these, we're getting texts from our family because it's Mother's Day this weekend. And during Mother's Day, we're going, actually I won't be there, I'll actually be at a work thing, but everyone else
schedules conferences over Mother's Day weekend?
I don't know, crazy people? It's dumb. But the family is getting together, right? And so we're at the point now where people are deciding on what to bring to kind of a potluck dinner, right?
Yeah.
So here's my question for you.
Okay.
Right? If you were to describe your reading, right, and the books you have and stuff as kind of different meals or different pieces of a meal.
Okay.
Different things, right? And you were invited to bring something to this family potluck you think everybody would like.
Huh.
Right? What would you bring? Like
one single book?
One book, or maybe let's say a couple books, and say why.
You know where I thought you were maybe going with this?
What?
Is like, okay, well, the salad would be my book club books because they force me to eat healthy.
Sure, I mean that definitely could fit in there. But so yeah, if I told you need to bring the main course, this is something that's gonna please everybody.
Please everybody.
And be substantial. What's it gonna be?
Maybe like, that's tricky, because not everyone loves fantasy, so I would go right to fantasy, but maybe I need to take out of there for the main course. Maybe the Book Thief, because that's my favorite book.
Ooh, that is a great one.
It's fantasy, but it's also historical fiction.
No, that's
yeah.
That is really good one.
Fantasy. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think that's a great.
Am I
one.
supposed to ask you the same question?
Sure. I don't know.
Okay, if you were bringing a meal to your family on Mother's Day, what would your main course be? Book-wise.
Turkey. Oh, wait, book-wise. Yeah, good question. The Book Thief is just such an excellent book. I'm kind of stuck on that one, right? Because it just hits all the notes. I think everybody,
a lot of the spectrum.
I think that everybody could read that and enjoy it,
including teens.
Yep. And I just think everyone would be able to read that and enjoy that book. And I'm trying to think something.
I would give that to my grandma. I would give that to my next door neighbor. I would give that to my high school friends. I would give that. You know
what mine would be is The Martian.
Okay.
Right. I think it fits there. Sure, it's a little sci-fi.
That's a little over my head.
But no, it's not. You're fine. Of course, you liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah, right.
It was a little harder.
But it's not actually harder. I think it's just meant to feel a little harder.
Yeah.
Right. And I think people, regardless of who you are, would enjoy that book.
Okay.
Right. And maybe
I never did get bored in that book.
No, I think it probably just comes down simply to the themes in the Book Thief and the themes in The Martian are both things people can understand. Right. There's that dealing with death and change in the Book Thief that everybody has to deal with. And I think, frankly, with The Martian, it's dealing with loneliness.
How sad.
Right? And
connection.
And connection and all those things. And so I think why those make really good main entrees.
I like it.
Right. So, okay, what's your, potatoes? Pretty substantive. Kids probably love it.
Kids probably love it? So, Harry Potter?
I mean, Harry Potter, I think, would be a good...
I think you need to bring Harry Potter.
Decent one. Yeah, I could see that.
Especially for those who maybe haven't had potatoes before.
Yeah, sure.
Because I think that's such a good way to start reading.
That's fair. And the thing, taking the potato analogy a little farther, potatoes, you can prepare them in a whole bunch of different ways.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's one of the
things...
good
analogy.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things with Harry Potter that's actually interesting is because of the way that the Harry Potter series evolved, you do get the epic fantasy part of it, but you also get kind of the whimsical fun thing of it, and you get the kind of teen YA-ness of it,
and middle grade,
and middle grade in there. So
someone's bringing drinks.
All right, so what's the drinks? What's the
you need it, the scriptures?
I don't know. No, I'm not sure what you.
I have no idea what that would be.
What a drink would be, an equivalent. A lot of times they're sweet, soda. Sometimes they're a little
water.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Kind of plain.
Let's come back to drinks.
Okay. How about your dessert? What's your dessert?
My dessert would probably be something like Throne of Glass. It's just
a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, like a guilty pleasure.
I can see that.
I really loved that series.
I can see that. So
Yeah.
I think mine would be something akin to like the Dresden Files, right? Where they're just short, sweet. Like it doesn't feel like they're a full meal to me.
Yeah.
Each of them, right? And like it's just like I just want to snack on it for a little bit.
I like it.
There. All right, so maybe one last thing. I don't know, salad or something else that you're bringing. What else?
Because I don't know how I haven't brought in a Brandon Sanderson book yet.
Sure. Yeah.
So what's the Brandon Sanderson equivalent of food? Like a roll. A roll with lots of butter.
A roll with lots of butter.
It's not dessert, but it's kind of like dessert.
Probably depends on what Brandon Sanderson series you're talking about. Right, like a Stormlight is definitely hearty. Right, like it's a big one.
It is.
If you're talking about his YA stuff, and it's like Steelheart or Skyward Flight or the Alcatraz series, like they're a little less, but they're a little more salady, I guess, on the side there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep kicking you.
It's okay. That one didn't hurt.
Okay.
Even Mistborn would be an interesting one in that regard.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just invite Brandon Sanderson to dinner.
Brandon, if you're listening, it's only a few hours drive. You just got to come up to Logan, and my mother-in-law will take you. I guarantee it.
This is my claim to fame. Okay, I have like small claim to fames, but this is one of them.
Okay.
Brandon Sanderson's dad is neighbors with my aunt and uncle up in Idaho Falls.
Wow. Brandon Sanderson's nephew's cousin's daughter.
He's making this up. I'm for real. This is for real. That's a pretty good connection. To be connected to any author, and it's Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon Sanderson's dad's neighbor?
Is my aunt and uncle.
Okay. Whose
house I've been to millions of times. Okay, not millions, but you know.
Wow, you basically know Brandon Sanderson.
I know, we're like best friends.
Well, I don't know Brandon.
Apparently, you can get signed books from his dad's house whenever you want.
Turns out, you can also get them at airports. But Brandon Sanderson emailed me one time.
No,
100%.
Did you invite him to dinner?
I invited him to lunch, actually. But back, I guess, 6-7 years ago, Brandon Sanderson wasn't quite the Brandon Sanderson today, right? He wasn't yet to this level.
Yeah.
And he had a few books that were unpublished that I had heard if you email him, he will send you the unpublished books.
Did he send them to you?
So he sent me a few of the unpublished books.
You're so cool.
So White Sands is one of them, which was later made into a graphic novel.
Cool.
And some others. They weren't as good. Is a good way to look at them as the other ones.
That's why they weren't published?
Yeah. And
was it like dessert or roll, or just not even, you're not going to have it at
it was like Kraft macaroni and cheese, maybe, of things, right? There was
the
definitely potential there. The kids might like it.
Okay.
But compared to the Sanderson's other stuff, it wasn't quite there, which makes sense. It didn't have the refinement and some other things there.
Yeah.
Although it was interesting. White Sands had an interesting magic system that I'm sure he'll touch on later.
I just went off on a tangent in my head. What are you going to name this video?
At this point, we're inviting Brandon Sanderson to dinner. I don't know.
Logan, Utah. It's a great place.
Yep. Best book entrees. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. What's your best book entree?
Yeah.
Share it with us, Aaron, and Sadie, maybe, of what your best books to share.
I think we only have like one consistent watcher.
We have like 15 subscribers, so there's 15 of you.
Not consistent.
There's dozens of you. Dozen of you.
Yeah, dozen of you. But you know what would be cool?
What?
Is if Brandon Sanderson did see this. Actually, I think it'd be cooler for him to come to dinner than to be our subscriber. Oh, it'd be cooler. No, I'd rather him come to dinner for sure.
I'm pretty sure if we get him to come to dinner, we could convince him to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, but if they were separate from each other.
Okay.
Anyway.
Then I would want to have him subscribe so he could hear all my crazy theories about the Cosmere.
We're going to Idaho Falls in like 3 weeks. Maybe we should just like drive by his dad's house and see if he's visiting.
Yeah, that's not awkward.
It's not.
Or stalkery.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. On that note, I hope Brandon Sanderson likes people stopping by his dad's house in Idaho Falls.
This really escalated, didn't it?
It did. It became
I'm
very
really
Brandon
sorry.
Sanderson-y. I thought it was a great thing of like talking about.
I like it. I think we did
dinner.
good with our salad. We did good with our potatoes. We did good with our main course.
Okay. What's the broccoli? Which I actually love broccoli.
I
What's
love
the thing
broccoli
that lots
too.
of people won't like, but there's
Like,
a few people
like
who
the
love?
Brussels sprouts.
Sure, yeah.
Or the mushrooms.
Go with Brussels sprouts. Mushrooms are delicious. What are you talking about?
Like something like a book club book or like a classic that you kind of just have to read.
Okay.
Maybe?
Sure, yeah.
Because it's good for you.
Or some people...
Or it's stretching you.
People like those... I could see that. I can see it. Like, interesting in my head, I was thinking about, for you, Lord of the Rings, right?
Oh,
I love Lord of the Rings.
It's like a chore for me.
But you're just,
right.
It's just not there.
That's a classic,
It's like
though.
a vegetable.
So that's right there.
Yeah, okay.
What would you think?
I don't know.
Something like I would give you?
Classics are...
So sorry. It's just...
There's a bunch of water on the desk from the Jamba Juice I've been eating that's melting. So she decided to wipe it on me. I'm not exactly sure what was happening here. On that note, I think we're done with this episode. Like and
because
subscribe.
I'm about to laugh cry. It's just because there's so much water. Like, maybe it's going to ruin this.
I'm fine with the water. Why did you wipe it on me? You could have wiped it off and like put it on you. Instead, you wiped it on me.
It's time for bed. Will you cut all this?
No. Like and subscribe.